హలో. హలో. నాగప్రసాద్ సార్. దిస్
సార్
ఇస్
గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ సార్. గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ సార్. గుడ్
యెస్.
మార్నింగ్.
ఓకే సార్. ఇప్పుడు వాయిస్ వస్తుంది. ఇందాక రాలేదు.
అది అందరికీ అది ఇప్పుడే సెట్ చేస్తున్నాను. కో హోస్ట్లు అందరికీ, అంటే మీకు మన బాలకృష్ణ సార్కి ఇస్తున్నాను.
ఓకే సార్.
సార్
Sir, good morning. I am Dr. Balkishan.
గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ సార్.
So, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Your
Yeah,
voice
sir.
is audible, sir.
Yeah, okay. Sir.
Abhijit, sir.
హలో సార్.
Sir, shall we start?
యా. పార్టిసిపెంట్స్ వచ్చారా సార్ అందరూ?
అటు జాయిన్ అవుతుంటారు సార్. 11:05 వరకు అరౌండ్ దాట్
Okay.
క్రాస్ అయిపోతారు.
ఓకే సార్. ఓకే సార్.
సార్కి కూడా కో హోస్ట్ ఇచ్చాను సార్.
ఓకే.
సార్ ఇంకా టోటల్ సార్ కంట్రోల్లోకి తీసుకోవచ్చు.
So good morning, sir. Abhijit, sir.
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
Fine, sir.
Okay, nice to see you again. Huh?
Sir.
Good morning, everyone. Yeah, Tara College welcoming you 10th day of 10 days HTTP short-term training program. Yeah, I cordially inviting my IQAC coordinator and head of the department chemistry, Abhijit sir. Let's introduce Dr. Balkishan sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Nagaprasad, sir. Good morning to all. It's my privilege to invite today's prestigious resource person, Dr. G. Balakishan, Assistant Professor of Chemistry. He's a BOS Chairman of Chemistry Department. I would like to stress a few points about the Dr. G. Balakishan Garu. He has completed his MSc and MPhil from the prestigious University of Hyderabad. He was awarded CSIR, JRF, SRF, and NET. He has completed his PhD from Indian Institute of Chemical Technology under the supervision of Dr. Ahmed Kamal, an outstanding scientist. He has successfully completed 2 postdoctoral programs from Kinki University, Japan, and University of Alberta, Canada. He has bagged 6 US patents on prominent anti-cancer activity of PDBs. He has achieved Early Career Research Award, also called as the Young Scientist Award, along with 32 lakhs project grant from DST Serve, New Delhi. He has been elected as Associate Fellow in 2019 by Telangana Academy of Sciences, Hyderabad. Currently, he held the post of Chairperson, Board of Studies, Department of Chemistry, along with Director of Admissions, Telangana University from 2019 onwards. I am humbly requesting Dr. G. Balakishan Garu to execute the today's session on challenges of ICT based education in sciences. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Abhijit, sir, for your kind introduction.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Good morning, all the participants. So I'm very glad to be here this morning. And I especially thank you, Tara Degree College Management, for giving me this opportunity to share my knowledge with you in this program. So especially I want to thank my beloved friend Abhijit sir for considering me, having thought of me to invite to this FDP program. So am I audible to all? Is it clear, my voice?
Truly agree. 100%. I'm not really.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your feedback. Yeah. So let me start our session this morning. Just I'm going to share my screen. Yeah, is it okay? My
Yes, sir.
screen share? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. ICT based education for sciences. So today I'm going to especially concentrate on challenges and opportunities in ICT based education for sciences. Yeah, Tara Government College, Sangareddy, of this program, national level short-term training program for faculty members of various degree colleges in Telangana. So, yeah, let us start our session. Yeah, mainly my presentation contents today is going to be introduction, ICT-based education tools for science, and what are the challenges we are facing when we use ICT-based education tools for science, and also what are the opportunities we have in using ICT-based education tools for science. So little bit, I'm going to touch on virtual labs for sciences. So because I have been asked to just also focus on virtual labs for sciences, because still we have a lot of problems about virtual labs for sciences. So these are the contents of my presentation, today's presentation. So internet and multimedia, you know all that have revolutionized the field of education. So because all of you know that especially during these days, pandemic coronavirus, yeah, all the students and faculty members and all the colleges, everyone locked themselves, and so there is much need of this kind of stuff to learn during these days. Okay, so in education, actually, 87% of information enters into the brain through eyes. So that's what the research says, and only 9% by ears and 4% via other senses, right? So we are able to understand what is the most important uh, uh, thing that enters into our brain, the information enter into our brain. Okay, so 87% of information enters into our brain through eyes. Therefore, it is very important to understand and to learn about modern and updated techniques about ICT education for sciences. So all the educators strongly feel that ICT is the most valuable tool, especially to overcome the problem of literacy and also the problems of science related education, right? So therefore, ICT is the most valuable tool. So therefore, we have to concentrate more and more on ICT education for sciences, uh, so that so mostly we can spend or learn meaningfully and effectively. So the use of ICT in education, it is mostly student-centered learning settings, right? So in a classroom settings, it is not like that. It is teacher centered and as well as student centered learning techniques. But ICT, the use of ICT is more of student centered learning settings. So the king of the learning in this process is the student. Okay. So the world of technology is advancing very rapidly, as you know, and also continuously changing day by day. So day by day, we are able to see many advanced techniques in the technology, right? So it is nothing but a change. Okay, change is not easy thing. Okay, change is not always easy, because the initial human reaction to change is resistance. So generally, we could understand that. So most of the people and even educators are resistant to make change themselves. Okay, so therefore, so we should understand change is inevitable. Okay, change is inevitable. Change should be occurs day by day. Therefore, uh, including teachers and research and scientists and students, everybody should update their knowledge every day, day by day. In olden days, it is not like that. So just they could have some grip on the subject, but so they will become outdated many times in the initial days. But nowadays, so if you are not updated with the technology and information communication technology, you will become outdated, even in the teaching field and in research field or any education field. Okay, so why change is inevitable? Because change led to progress. Change is very important in our human life. Okay, so it leads us to progress in our career, in our knowledge, in our skills. So therefore, change, all of us should welcome change in ICT technologies and as well as in our lives. Okay. Especially learners must have the ability to adapt the changes. So those who are interested to learn the subject, learn the latest information, learn the newer techniques, learn the updated information, they must adapt the changes. Otherwise, it is not possible to learn newer things. So as we know that technology plays very important role nowadays. Technology promotes the skill of learning, and learn improves the learning outcomes, right? Technology, it's a great asset for us to learn so many things and so many outcomes in our science as well as all the fields of education. And also, it provides head, heart, and hand approach to learning. Okay, so we have to put our head, and also we have to put our heart, and also we use our hands to learn the things from the technology. So just I would like to remind you about 21st century skills. Okay, so because we are living in a 21st century, so what are the skills which are going to dominate the world, especially in the education field, in the global system? The main thing we should understand, digital age literacy. Okay, so we are living in a digital age, right? So previously, all things are not digitalized, but nowadays, present days, all things digitalized. We are living in a digital age literacy. So therefore, So we have to improve skills in these areas, right? Especially scientific literacy. Scientific literacy is nothing but knowledge and understanding of the concepts and process of the science, okay? So we also improve our technological literacy, which explains about the knowledge, okay, how technology works and what are the purposes, how it can serve the humanity and society and education system, and how it can be used efficiently and effectively to achieve specific goals. And also visual literacy. Okay, these are the sub points of digital age literacy. All has become digitalized. So therefore, so visualized literacy also is very important. Okay, which nothing but ability to interpret, use, and appreciate and create images. Okay, so as I said in my previous slide, so 87% of information enters into the mind of the people through eyes. So therefore, visualization is very, very important. Okay. So if you teach a class in the classroom without any visualization, so that may not be more effective, and students may not be understand those things. But if you use this technique, visualization technique, so with the help of this technique, so they will be able to interpret and use and appreciate and create images. So they can understand very well, perfectly, okay? And also information literacy. So as all of you, as all of us know that information plays very important role. So not only the related field we have information, so the global information, the important information. So everyone needs to know. To that, we need ICT education and ICT tools to get the latest information and updated information. Okay, the information of literacy, which is nothing but the ability to locate and synthesize and use of information effectively using technology, and also communication works as well as electronic resources. Okay, and multicultural literacy. So we are moving forward day by day, globalization. So we need to interact with the different cultured people in other countries. So therefore, it is very important for us to understand multicultural literacy, which is nothing but to understand and appreciate the similarities and differences in the customs, values, and beliefs of one's own culture and the cultures of others. Okay. And finally, global awareness. So being a science student and faculty and educators of science, so we need to have global awareness, what is happening in the research throughout the world. So what kind of latest research articles and research discoveries happening around the world, we need to understand, we need to have awareness, global awareness. Okay, so therefore, so we are living in a digital age literacy of time. Therefore, so we need to concentrate on all these areas. Okay, so just let me give you some uses, multiple uses of technology tools. What are the uses of technology tools? Technology tools can be used as for an inquiry. So whether it is what kind of how doubts we have, and whether it is genuine or whether it is true or false or anything else, we need to inquire by using technology tools. It is very easy for us to inquire many doubts and many our related areas. Okay. And also technology tools can be useful for us to construction some kind of ideas, especially research ideas. And so we can derive some research schemes, especially for chemistry researchers, right? And also biology researchers, right? We can construct some ideas, and we can construct some new things. Therefore, that's the way the technology tools can be useful for us. And especially the main idea of technology is for communication. So we are able to communicate all the people around the world, not only so in the olden days, and just we are able to communicate just our family members, mostly in our surrounding people. But the things have been changed now. Okay, the communication has developed vastly, right? So from the any corner of the world, we can communicate and we can contact and we can get the information. So that's the beauty of technology tool, right? And also it can be used for expression, what you feel, and what about your ideas and what about your feelings, all things you can express through the technology tools, right? And also for productivity, by using technological tools, so we can get more productivity in our thinking, in our practical works, so in our article writing or anything else, in our results, we can get a lot of productivity by using technological tools. It is possible, and also it is very instantaneous things we can get. Okay. And many times, so it is very useful for us to problem solving and making informed decisions, right? So by the help of technological tools, whatever problems we have in our uh, science, especially in the research, and also in the any principles or anything, so it is very useful to solve those problems. So mainly the technological tools based on computer technology, based technology, as of us know. So nowadays, so we without computers and even mobiles, so it is very difficult for us to live or spend even one day. So because so they became the part of our life, and therefore computer-based technology, it is very, very useful. Okay, so most of the technology we don't know even now. So therefore, so we have to spend enough time to learn what are the technology, learning from the technology. So we should also learning about the technology, using computers, and also learning with the technology. So these are the three important areas. So we need to concentrate. Information technology applications. So as we attending this workshop, faculty development program on ICT, information and communication technology. So because it is very essential for us. So without ICT knowledge or based knowledge, definitely we will become outdated, and will we cannot useful to the society or to the students without adopting these tools and uh, learning these techniques. Okay. Um, so information technology, the beauty of information technology, so it is self-paced learning at any time and anywhere by using World Wide Web provides unlimited data and experiences. So very, very unlimited data we have. So we can see on World Wide Web portals, right? And also electronic messaging. So very instantly we can do that, okay? Virtual learning environments, okay? In information technology, virtual learning environments yet to develop more. So still these area is developed much more because as all of us during these lockdown days, we are facing how to conduct laboratories for students and also research. So we are facing a lot of problems. So these information technology applications, one of the application is virtual learning environments. So virtual learning environments yet to be developed more and more. And we have to concentrate more and more, and so that virtual learning also become a very prominent area for all the students and faculty members in the field of science. Okay, any technology which increase the rate of learning would enable the teacher to teach less and learner to learn more. So this is the great concept by information technology. Okay, so what happens in this technology? It enables the teacher to teach less, the learner to learn more. But in the olden classroom, like that things, teacher has to teach more and more, but the students were able to learn. Some people learn just 10%, 20%, 30%. Very few people learn about 50%, up to 60 to 70%. But what happens with this information technology? The teacher need not to teach much more, okay? So they can encourage the students to learn themselves, okay? Learner to learn more by using information and communication technology applications. So as you all of know that information technology or communication technology can be defined like this: as the study of use of electronic equipment, especially computers and also mobiles, for storing the data, analyzing and sending out information. Okay, so these are the three peculiar processes will be done. One is storing the information, analyzing the information, and also sending the information to the required spots, right? And communication technology, the process of sending and receiving and exchanging information, okay? So therefore, the ultimate goal of this information and communication technology based education, the information must be sending, receiving, and exchanging the information, so that many people in a quick time can be learn so many things and updated with the many things. So what are the benefits or characters of ICT? What are the characters of ICT? Is very efficient, right? ICT So information and communication technology, the tools and this kind of process is very efficient and also very faster. So with the fraction of seconds and fraction of minutes, so we could able to transfer the information, and also it is very cheaper. So we need not to spend much more money on this. So it can also be very cheap, and also very it has very little steps. Okay. It does not require a lot of things and a lot of mess of or complexity. So very few steps it required to communicate the information, to analyze the information, to storing the information. And it requires only less people. We don't need manpower also, much of manpower for this. Okay. And also the less paperwork, right? So no need of paper, more papers and all the stuff we don't need. Just we need simply just laptop or desktop or mobile or tablet, okay? And just internet connection, that is enough for us. And we can download or any information, we can store whatever the information we need, even e-books and all the e-information we can store in our devices. So therefore it don't require paperwork, right? And also it is much more effective because we can uh, understand that we can visualize, we can use multimedia, and we can use videos and which can attract people. So it is so effective to the students as well as the faculty members and the researchers and all those also scientists. Okay. And this ICT, one of the important character, most interactive. Okay. They may not be passive. Okay. They can be interactive. They can be active during this ICT based education for sciences. And also if you compare with our manual and ICT based education, so we can have fewer errors, okay? Errors very little, and they can be erased completely, right? But in the manual, we may have more errors, right? And it is customized and personalized, okay? And which is achievable and transparent. There is no there is nothing, anything hidden things in it, in this. Transparent, okay, and searchable. So you can search whatever your topic or whatever you need to know. You can search immediately. With the fraction of second, you will get a lot of information in front of you. And with and also new products has been developed. Okay, so we are observing that day by day we are getting a lot of new products to make things very easier and very simplify, and to understand more and more, and to learn more and more, and new techniques. Okay, so very interestingly, so we are updating with the new techniques. So new techniques gives us a lot of freedom and a lot of easy to do processes and uh, shine in our career in the education field. Okay, and very effective. So major roles of ICT, information and communication technology, major roles. The major role and the key role of ICT as a source of knowledge, okay? And because knowledge is power, you know. So those who have great knowledge, they will become great people, right? So as a medium to transmit knowledge, so ICT plays a major role. Whatever the source of knowledge can be uh, transformed through the medium. That is the second most important role. And as a means of interaction and dialogue, so not only this one-way process, it can be interactive process, right? It can be interactive process. So we can interact with each and teacher and learner, okay? So that they can clarify all the questions and queries during these processes. So what are the ICT tools we can be used to develop our science education? As you all familiar with these tools, I believe that. So multimedia, PC, personal computer, laptop, notebook. So we can use CDs and DVDs. Of course, nowadays we can use pen drives and data storages and digital videos, still cameras in our for images, okay? Internet and its tools. So they are very, very useful and very great opportunity for us to develop our science education, like emails and browsers, websites and search engines, charts, etc. And also, so nowadays we are using a lot of video and audio conferencing to teach students lessons, right? Am I right? Yeah. So we are using so many available ICT tools, video tools like YouTube or Facebook and Zoom and Periscope, Microsoft In, right? So these are the mostly useful video conferencing and audio conferencing tools to communicate or to transfer the information to the rural area students and the remote area students, and also who are in the staying at home. And digital libraries, okay? So digital libraries are also very important development. So because we don't need much more of the physical books, just digital libraries. Just we need some kind of computers and some kind of softwares, and we can store many thousands and millions of books as a libraries in that. Okay, sometimes interactive TVs. So day by day we are observing very updated facilities with the TVs, right? They can also be used to transfer the information and to learn the information. Microsoft publishing, newsletters, posters, and browsers, right? So, you know, many websites are, these companies are there, they are providing a lot of information and a lot of stuff for us to develop science education. So, as you know, ICT tools in education, uh, word processing like documents, notes, and projects and assignments. So these are very important in our ICT education, science education. So, we need to store all kind of documents and notes and projects and assignments uh, in a word processing way, because uh, it is very easy for us once we store and we keep them safe in our devices, so we can refer them at any time, and we can analyze them easily, and we can um, get some good ideas through them, and we can make some ideas through them, right? So therefore we should be able to use this word processing in our science education for making documents, notes, and projects and assignments, and even spreadsheet programmings like records, exam scores. Okay, for these things also uh, we can use a spreadsheets program so that they can be very effective. And databases, information storage, we can store as much as information. So it is very interesting to store all of them, and so we need not to worry to nothing is lack of information when we required the things. Okay, and graphing softwares we need to learn to prepare teaching learning resources. So because it can be very effective, uh, people can understand, and people can easily understand complex things, simplifying way, and developing multimedia kits to make process interesting. Okay, uh, so multimedia we can be use these kits because sometimes students are the learners may get boring with the information. So if you mix with the multimedia kits, and if you develop them, that makes the process is very interesting, and so the people very curious with those kind of techniques. Internet and email facilities to gain knowledge, right? So it is very, very the ninth wonder, uh, world wonder, I can say it, internet. Internet can be the ninth wonder world, okay, world wonder, because a lot of changes has been taken place uh, with the help of internet facilities to gain the knowledge. Okay, and simulations and games to improve quality of learning. So we can also uh, uh, making interest by using simulations and games type of teaching and learning, so that they can be easily remembered, and they can be remembered for a long time. Okay. So role of ICT in learning, as you know, provide interactive learning experiences, stimulate and motivate learners, provide comfortable learning, no need of any physical work, just comfortable learning. And ICT tools aids of in the understanding of difficult concepts and processes. Okay, so different learning styles, students to gain valuable computer skills, collaboration and group works. Collaboration and group work is very, very important nowadays because so they can be interactive, and that kind of group work makes them very effective learning in their learning process. Okay, so the advantages of information communication technology for sciences. So we can be resource sharing, wide variety of services we can be use, and they can be flexible, and they can be reliable. As we see, it is very faster, and also in point of view, in a cost point of view, it is very cheaper. Unique attributes of ICT. Okay, so these are the unique attributes: collaboration and communication. Okay, visualization of different concepts. ICT promotes creativity, multiplier effect documents, and flexibility and variety in learning. Okay, multimedia presence in the classroom. Okay, so mainly these are the three things. These are the three major things by using ICT for our science education. Creativity, it increases creativity so that innovation, creative people will, the used people will become creative and innovative in their ideas. So they can be flexible, so we can change it whatever the way you want, and we can visualize them in different ways so that learning process might be more effective. Logistic skills, so it is logistic skills, so it can be used. So therefore, so these are the very, very great things about information and communication technology for science education. Therefore, we need to adapt them in our education. So we need to adapt ICT in our education, and contemporary trends suggest we will soon see large scale changes in the way the education plan is delivered in a very rapid time, very soon. So we are going to see a lot of changes in our ICT education, and also changes in the way of education. So therefore, we need to adapt the effective and the latest trends in ICT education for sciences. Then only they can be very effective and meaningful. So, as you know, conventional teaching has emphasized on the content. So the many years they'll take to prepare the notes and books, textbooks, but by adapting this ICT education, so we can make them very faster and very convenient to the people. So in the olden days, teachers have taught through lectures and presentations interspersed with tutorials and learning activities, right? So this is going to be changed a lot. Contemporary settings are now favoring the curriculum that promote competency and performance. So in soon, so we're going to see changes in our classrooms, modernized classroom, so instruction and student learning processes. So we're going to concentrate more on student learning process, okay? And for that, multimedia, digital photography, all these ICT tools are going to be used in the classrooms, and they can be very effective. So the teacher in charge of the audio video laboratory trains students in the ICT use, digital photography and videography. Those who are in charges and who are responsible, they can be going to monitor those things. So, and also web browsing in the most of the colleges, making it is available for students learning, research and project work. Okay. But these are the things going to take place very soon in the classroom, in the college, in the universities. Why? Because self and professional skills development of learners will be done in the by adapting these methods. Okay, adapting methods of pedagogy that foster self-learning and self-acquisition of knowledge. Okay, so students are able to self-learners and self-acquisition of knowledge. Students are helped through personal mentoring to use the computer and websites to search for source of materials for their self-study. Okay, so and also seminars, symposia, conferences, projects, and discussions in the classroom offer ample of opportunity of interaction and to interpret data and communicate ideas to others. Okay, so in these areas, so we're going to change a lot of changes and very modern techniques. So just I want to discuss few challenges in ICT based education for sciences as well as other fields. So traditionally, ICT programs and initiatives to connect with the rural population in India, especially Telangana, in our Telangana, have typically faced the following challenges. Okay, so I don't want to see these things as a problems. Instead, I want to take them as challenges, so which we need to develop. Okay. So the first thing, low level of literacy. You know, most of the rural students and rural population, so the literacy is very low. Their parents or their family members, so they're unable to guide the students and they're unable to provide the required things for them. So because they do not understand about the science and as well as other fields and the importance of education. So therefore, so it may indirectly influence the ICT programs. Okay. And the second thing, limited ownership of smartphones. So still, as a professor in Telangana University, I found out and I came to know that many students still they don't have their own smartphones in their hands, in their houses. So largely low value features phones they have. So that's why it's a big challenge for us to develop our this science education, interaction sessions and video lectures and virtual labs, etc. And also one more challenge is non-availability or poor quality of internet. So we know that we can understand that in Telangana, especially more rural people, okay, so non-availability or poor quality of internet we are experiencing. So, kindly please mute yourself. Low of answered calls due to phone not being charged, electricity supply being erratic. Okay, so this is also one of the challenge we are facing in the field of traditional ICT programs for in education. And factors impending uptake of ICT in education, science education. These have included such factors as, so if you want to provide, so, hello, please mute all yourself. So I'm getting some voice disturbances. Okay. Lack of funding to support the purchase of the technology. So many faculty members, many colleges and universities facing this problem to purchase of the technology. So this is one of the greatest challenge we have in our in front of us. So we need to overcome this problem. Okay, and also one more challenge we have: lack of training among established and teaching practitioners. Okay, so we have to uh, conduct more and more orientation classes and workshops to train the teachers and as well as students to understand about practice this ICT in education. This is also one of the uh, big challenge for us in our ICT education. And also a lot of lack of motivation and need among teachers to adopt ICT as teaching tools. So we need a lot of motivation among teachers. So teachers can encourage teachers and motivate teachers as well as students to adopt ICT tools. So if you do not encourage and motivate, they may become disappointed and depressed and discomfort with the technology and uh, ideas. So therefore, it is very important to motivate and encourage and among the teachers and as well as students. In conclusion, so I want to express that ICT is the most valuable tool to overcome the problems of science education. Okay, so we need to because it is more valuable tool, so we should give much priority to this to establish and develop and to update with that knowledge, so that so many of the science problems or other field problems can be solvable by this. There is an explosion of information and it is beyond the boundary of places. Okay, so we have a lot of information available. Okay, so it is for us to spend the time and to learn and to sit and learn, right? It depends upon us. So there is no boundaries, there are no limits of information. So if you have uh, it depends upon your capacity to learn the information. Okay, with new mobile usability and capabilities, the physical world is moving into digital spaces for the first hand learning. So Therefore, we should be very updated, and we should learn many techniques and software skills to use it efficiently and effectively. The teachers and the institution has to rise up to occasion and change the face of pedagogy. So it depends upon the teachers and institutions, the effective way, the way the ICT based education used. It depends upon them. It is there in their hands. Teachers and institutions, they have to rise up and uh, up to the occasion and change the face of pedagogy. So we need to update it. So we need to change ourselves. So we need to be very innovative and creative and very effective learners, uh, so that we can be useful to the society as well as our nation and our world, so that we can contribute much more things to the scientific community, so that the discoveries and the updates and latest technology can be more useful to the nations and as well as the world. Okay, so just I want to give you sources. So what are the sources which are helpful for different fields? So if you are interested, if you are in the field of biology, so these are the sources you can go through, and you can be learn more of information. And in these resources, so you will get a lot of simulations and very interesting things. So very effective things. If you go to these websites, if you are in the field of biology, so these are the web sources. So you can go through and you can learn a lot of things which makes you efficient and effective in biology education. And so these are the chemistry resources. So if you are in the field of chemistry, so you can be able to go through these websites and these resources. These resources will give you a lot of information and a lot of updated things and visualizations and simulations and sometimes virtual labs. So these are the chemistry resources. You can have it. Okay. And these are the physics resources. So these are the physics resources, and which can improve your, which can sharpen your physics knowledge and education if you are in the field of physics. Okay. So kindly go through these resources, so according to your field, and they are very helpful to you to understand about your subject and about the knowledge and about the information. And you can also transfer those knowledge and information, and uh, you can communicate them, you can transfer them, you can store them, so that makes you sharpen in a field and very effective, and so that uh, you may get a bright success in your career. Okay, thank you so much for your kind listening of this lecture. So thank you once again for your valuable time, and I especially thank Tara Government Degree College for giving me this opportunity to share my thoughts with you this time. So if you have any doubts, please you can ask me, and let us have some interaction session. Thank you. Thank you very much. Abhijit, sir, are you there?
Yes, sir, I am here.
Yeah. So
So it was a very good interaction, and your session will provoke such a good ideas. Uh, in this time, I have one doubt, sir.
yeah, please tell me.
Um as a BOS chairman,
Yeah.
would you able to see that we can change the syllabi in according to focus more on ICTs in this pandemic situation, especially for the upcoming years, as most of us uh, have to change our syllabus based on the limitations and based upon the challenges that we face for this type of distance education system, and in this pandemic situations, especially in the sciences and other related areas. So what is your opinion, sir?
Yeah, actually, I want to appreciate you for having such kind of understanding and suggesting me. So, being a board of study chairman, so I am thinking about your suggestion definitely, because we need to change our syllabus. So, according to the situations and according to our ICT based education, definitely we need to change the syllabus. So, I am very interested to accept your suggestion, and we're planning to do that as soon as possible. So, because it is going to be very effective. Otherwise, if you are go with our old syllabus and old kind of things, they may not be useful for the students, and may not be effective for the students learning. So therefore, definitely, it's a good idea. I want to appreciate you. So definitely, so I am considering that issue. Yeah, just even so I am planning to have board of study chairman meeting, and I am planning to conduct with all the available members, and even I would like to invite all the affiliated degree college uh, this lecture professors, assistant professors, and I am going to conduct some meeting, and we will discuss thoroughly, and I also invite some kind of latest suggestions regarding ICT education in science. So definitely, with the help of all the lecturers, so being a chairman of BOS, and I am willing to change according to our situation and nowadays trends. Thank you, Abhijit, sir.
Thank you, sir. Is anyone having the doubts? Please interact with the sir.
Somebody is making some noise. Please mute yourself. Yeah, actually, this ICT based education, these tools and system, so we need to adapt more and more, because especially uh, in the in this time, especially during this pandemic, this global corona pandemic, so uh, it is very, very important for us to think very, very intensively to change ourselves, to adopt these things. So, in fact, I don't know many things. In fact, I don't know many things. So I want to go through and I want to learn many techniques and very useful techniques, especially virtual labs. So being a science faculty and student is very important for us to learn more about virtual labs, because practicals, it is very difficult for us to carry out and to conduct the examinations during this pandemic. So therefore, it is very urgent for us to learn these techniques as soon as possible, and as soon as possible we need to change and adapt these latest techniques. Thank you. So if you have any questions and if you have any suggestions, please you can make. Hello, Abjit sir. Abjit sir. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Sir. Arjun sir. 900 వచ్చినాయి ఒక్కసారి అన్మ్యూట్ చేసాను సార్ అందరికీ.
Sir Abhijit sir,
Sir.
are you there sir?
Sir, this is Nagaprasad sir. I am there sir.
Okay sir, please. So can I, so you can change my co-host status?
You are the co-host only sir still.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Sir, anyone sir, please, if you have any doubt or any suggestion, please you can welcome to express yourself.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Sir, good afternoon, sir. Please tell
So
me.
this is Manoj Kumar from Nishita Degree College, Nizamabad, sir. How are you, sir?
Oh, yeah, sir. Yeah, fine, sir. How are you, sir?
Fine, sir. Fine.
Oh, I am very happy to hear from you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Sir, small doubt.
Yes, sir.
Are there any practical tools or labs
Okay.
for commerce lectures or students online?
For commerce, sir?
Yes, sir.
So actually, I am still in the process of learning all the techniques.
Right, right.
So I am little bit familiar with the science techniques, but still I don't have about commerce techniques.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, of course, you know better than me in the commerce
Yeah, I
field, I
gone
think.
through that virtual labs and PEST,
Yeah,
PET, PHET, PET.
yeah, sir.
Yeah.
PhD PET, yeah. Yeah, one Colorado University is there. That is for sciences. I don't know whether it is available for commerce or not. I don't know.
Right, right, sir.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir, this is Abhijit once again, sir.
Yes, sir. Tell me.
Sir, this is from our students' feedback, sir, on the ICT-based education system that we
Okay.
have engaged in the couple of months ago.
Okay.
So they want to have some apps on their
Okay.
mobile to learn
Okay.
the interactive sessions with the teachers. So is there any planning in the recent trends as the universities or some authorities can develop the apps for a particular subjects to learn the subject in a brief using that particular app?
Mhm. Okay, you mean you mean like YouTube or Zoom like that?
Like that, sir, which with we have more security precautions that
Okay.
we can open only the subject related queries, subject related links from that app, and that app should be controlled by the universities or the UGC or some authorities which can monitor the action of the student as well as the teacher.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
is
that
it
is,
possible to implement such things in our institutions, sir?
yeah, actually, as of now, we don't have that kind of facilities or apps in our universities, or so we need to uh, um, represent to the government and especially higher education and UGC, so that they can be very effective, as you said, because students' perspective, it is very important to develop such kind of apps. So we can do that. We can represent to the higher education and UGC from our university, so that government, that higher education UGC may plan such kind of apps. I think so.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir, good morning, sir. This is Dr. Nagprasad, sir.
Sir, good morning, sir.
I am the co-organizers for this STTP.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you.
And one participant asked about one question, sir. How to perform the lab practicals with the use of ICT? From Javid, Dr. Javid.
Okay, sir. This virtual labs. So just I gave end of my presentation. So those links can give some helpful simulations like and virtual labs, but not completely. I don't think so completely. But a little bit you can exercise those websites, and they can be helpful for him and as well as students.
Dear participants, anyone ask any question regarding about this session, you may ask the questions. Otherwise, you post your message in the chat box also.
Yeah, that is also good. Yeah, still we need to develop in this area more and more, because it is recently we are trying to adopt these kind of techniques in our education. So therefore, so we need to do a lot of hard work in this area to develop our science education. Yeah, anyone wants to speak?
Yeah, Nisharani ma'am. Yeah, all PPTs available with us, ma'am. After completion of today's session, we can prepare an session wise and we post in the WhatsApp group, ma'am. Don't worry.
So actually, I wanted to concentrate more and more on virtual labs. So because in the teaching perspective, we have some kind of useful techniques, but in the lab perspective, still I need to learn many things, and I need to get a lot of information. So I wanted to concentrate more and more on virtual labs, how to uh, use virtual labs in the context of ICT based education for sciences. So if I uh, right now I have some websites with me, and I'm practicing some websites and some simulations, some images. So I'm also in the learning process in that. Sir Abjit sir?
Sir, I have another doubt, sir.
Yeah,
Um,
please tell.
in this situation where most of the corporate sectors are focusing on the new drug discoveries for the viral infections,
Okay.
do we change or tune our syllabus in a such a
Okay.
way that to fulfill the requirements of these industries, especially in the master's program for the organic chemistry as well as the general chemistries?
Okay.
Do we have any scope, sir, to change the syllabus in such a way?
Yeah, definitely. Why don't we have that kind of facilities? Because uh, nowadays, whatever we learn, it should be practical and it should be useful to the society. That kind of concept is very useful, and that is the ultimate goal of our education. So therefore, uh, whatever you suggest is very uh, important, and I have also in my mind to do that when we plan to change the next academic year syllabus. So definitely we should incorporate these latest uh, discoveries and how they can be connected with the students. Yeah, definitely we do that. Thank you for your suggestion.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Ma'am, Nisharani ma'am, you are asking a question regarding about simulators. You may ask directly, ma'am. You can unmute yourself and you can ask. No issue.
Yeah, madam, I'm able to see your question. Are the simulators open source or paid? Madam, actually, these very basic things can be, we can use them without any cost. But if you want to download, or if you want to use the none other than basic things, so we need to pay, and we need to buy from the sources. Okay, so basic things you can use without any cost. But if you want to use the premier things and the non-basic things, so we have to pay and purchase from the sources. So that is my answer. Is it okay, madam?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, basic concepts you can do without any cost. Okay, so but if you want to go deep and deep, just definitely they will ask us to purchase them.
Sir, this is Abhijit.
Yeah, please tell me.
Sir, we may encounter some problems like copyright issues while using
Okay.
the some images from the internet source.
Okay,
While developing the ICTs
okay,
like audio visuals as well as the PPT presentation that should be uploaded in a public domain like YouTube.
okay,
So if we are getting some problems like copyright issues over the images that we can use from the internet sources, so
okay.
how to overcome them? Just simply we can give the courtesy to these sources, or we have to take the prior permission to use these images or some contents that are available on the internet sources.
Yeah, actually that's a good question. Yeah, as you said, actually we need to take permission from the that's original ones. So because we otherwise we may get some problems. Without permission we cannot use the images and the stuff, because some things very important. So the original ones, they won't copy them, and they don't want to use by others. So such kind of people may with them we may get some problems. Therefore, from a courtesy we can ask them, and we can get prior permission to use them. That would be very good, and uh, it's a very good habit and a very good thing we need to do. So but most of the images and stuff we can directly use, unless until if there is any copyright issues on the images and stuff. Okay, so we should check about that, whether it is there any copyright issue or anything. So definitely we should take prior permission. Otherwise you can download it, you can use it. Okay, the second thing, uh, uh, what I should say, so we should not copy as it is, especially some stuff. So we need to just, we can use them for our reference, but we should not copy as it is. That may become a problem. Okay, so these two things we need to keep in our mind. while copying images and stuff from other websites.
Any more questions? Abhijit sir,
Sir,
let's go with the feedback of total HTTP today.
okay, sir.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for choosing this HTTP. We need feedback from your end. Please unmute yourself and give oral feedback regarding about this HTTP.
Hello, sir. I'm Franklin.
Hello.
Hello, sir. I'm Franklin.
Yeah, sir. Good morning, sir.
Morning, sir. Okay, sir. I attended all the 10 days, but very much useful session, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
I am from Tamil Nadu. I joined with the people, intelligent people from Andhra Pradesh. I'm so happy about it.
Thank you, sir.
Okay,
Thank you
sir.
very much.
Okay, sir. I please continue. If you arrange more programs, please inform us, please. Okay.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Okay. Okay.
Still any more? Yeah, we need oral feedback in the chat box. Everyone saying yes and in written part, but we need an oral feedback.
Sir, I'm Shagun Rohgi from Kunkunji Degree College, Lucknow.
Good
And
afternoon.
it has been a really very good and very informative session. And thank you very much for that.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you, Krishna Kumar sir. Still any more? Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Geetika, ma'am. Shankar sir. Shagun sir. Nisha Rani, ma'am. Javed sir.
Hello, sir. Dr. Krishna Kumar, sir.
Sir.
Sir. Good afternoon, sir. Really very
Good afternoon.
much useful information in this FDP I learned, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
The lectures from Ajit Kumar sir, Subramaniam sir, and Balakishan sir, really very much informative. And I am expecting that if possible in future, give more information on Google Scholars, Google Sites, and this docs, farms. Anyhow, we learned something in on farms, sir. But really very useful information you have provided with this platform FDP for STTP for 10 days. Thank you, sir, for organizing and eliciting the information from participants and sharing information from your side. Thank you, sir. Thank you once again for organizing this STTP, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Still any more? Yeah, Abhijit, sir. Hello,
Sir.
Abhijit, sir. Hello, Abhijit, sir. Are you there?
Hello, sir.
Abhijit, sir. Let's we
Yes, sir.
conclude.
Yes, sir. On the behalf of Tara Government College, I would like to convey my thanks to all the participants, though have been trained in these 10 days of STTP. It is the transition state where we are going to learn the aspects as according to our needs. Especially, we occur this type of situation once in a century, and we witnessed this type of challenging situation. To outcome this situation, we have to learn and we have to update our skills using the platforms that are provided by the most of the institutions by conducting this type of courses. I am thankful to all the backbone effort given by Dr. Nagaprasad sir, and I am thankful to all the organizers of this program, especially the resource persons from IGNO, New Delhi, as well as Telangana University. I am thankful to the Naveen Mittal Garu, IAS, for allowing us to conduct this type of programs. And I am also thankful to the principal, Krishnamurti Garu, for provoking us to conduct such type of programs. At last, I am very thankful to Balakishan Garu for accepting the invitation as a resource person, and I would like to cement between these two institutions with warm relations. And on this platform, I am humbly asking Dr. Balakishan Garu for give us some useful suggestions to conduct some type of short-term programs specialized on chemistry as well as the related sciences. So I thank you everyone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Regarding about this STTP, I very much thank everyone. Around 208 participants are joined in this STTP from various states, from West Bengal, Maharashtra, Delhi, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra. I thank everyone who have attended this STTP, and we are very much thankful to everyone, and everyone saying that you conduct another workshop or FDP in various technologies. Let us think about these things. We consider all the our participants' information and suggestions. I think we may start another FDP program on this ICT tools only with the help of Dr. Balakishan sir. I take some suggestions from sir and we plan it, and new technologies. What are the new technologies available in the ICT? I can take help of if sir permits only, then we can plan it and execute it. I thank everyone, and regarding about the feedback form, and tomorrow you can get, and every person you can get a certificate. Don't worry about the issue of certificate. Everybody can get certificate tomorrow only with QR code. Don't worry about that. Thank you one and all. Abhijit sir, shall we close?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations, Nagata sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Franklin sir, do you have any doubts?
No,
Franklin,
no,
Richard?
sir, no.
Okay, right.
No.
Now we are closing the session. Thank you very much.